वेलकम टू लर्निंग लोन्स। आपका लर्निंग लोन में फिर से स्वागत है। आज हम बात करेंगे रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने जो लेटेस्ट गाइडलाइंस इशू करी हैं विद रेफरेंस टू की फैक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स KFS। वो जो गाइडलाइंस इशू करी हैं, वी विल टॉक अबाउट दोज गाइडलाइंस। इनफैक्ट इन अवर अर्लियर एपिसोड्स वी हैव स्पोकन अबाउट MITC, मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस, एंड आल्सो अबाउट KFS. But these latest guidelines are slightly different, and these guidelines will be very useful for the NBFC companies as well as for the borrowers. So borrowers will know what are their rights and lenders will know what are their duties or responsibilities. Hence, it is good to know what those guidelines are and how RBI has said that you should make KFS, key fact statements, part of your loan agreement so that everybody benefits and it is very, very transparent. You can also see those videos, but this will be more crisp in terms of considering what are the latest guidelines by Reserve Bank of India. First and foremost, these guidelines are now applicable from 1st October 2024 to all the lenders. Earlier they had limited to certain kind of lenders like digital lenders, MFI, etc. But now each and every lender has to apply these KFS from 1st of October. So there is no exception. Everybody has to follow it. Second, they have given a pre-designed format for key fact statements. So each and every information related to loan has to be in that specific format itself, which means you can't deviate from the format. You can't say half the information to be given, but full information has to be given as per that format itself. What is that information which you need to give? The first and foremost is APR, annual percentage rate. So whatever charges are applied by the lender, processing fees, documentation charges, insurance charges, any other cost or charges, plus rate of interest. So if we club all of them, what will be the actual rate of interest or actual cost of borrowing for the borrower has to be defined. If you have to understand by an example, let us say the lending rate is 12% per annum, which means the loan rate, interest rate is 12% for 1 year, and the lender is also charging 3% processing fees and other charges and for 1 year loan. That means the actual APR, the actual cost of borrowing is 12 plus 3, 15% for 1 year loan. So this has to be very clearly and categorically mentioned in the KFS. This is most important so that the borrower will know that my actual cost is this. Second thing is that for all kind of loans, you have to mention all the charges which are going to be levied in future. So first was that when you're giving the loan, what is the APR? Second, what are the charges applicable in future? Let us say what are those charges? Foreclosure charges, insurance charges, legal and technical fees, cash collection charges, visit charges, any other charges which will be applicable on a later date. Those charges have to be mentioned very clearly. The lenders will not be able to charge any other cost which is not specifically mentioned in the KFS. So whatever are future charges which are expected to be levied, those charges have to be clearly mentioned. You cannot keep them as blank. It has to be properly filled in so that customer will know upfront that these are the charges applicable. Another part of KFS sheet which is important is that the lender has to give time to the borrower to read the KFS and then sign. The lender cannot insist the borrower that you have to sign right now. Of course, if the borrower has read it and understood it, they can sign it. But if they want time, where the loan tenure is a longer tenure, they have to give time to the borrower to go through the KFS and then give the acceptance. In the loan agreement, there is already a clause where each lender has to mention that the borrower has understood the terms and conditions of the entire loan agreement. We normally call it vernacular declaration, where the borrower has understood the terms and conditions in his or her language. Same rule now applies to KFS. The KFS has to be in the language which is well understood by the borrower, or it has to be well explained to the borrower so that he or she says that I have understood all the terms and the condition of this KFS as well. So by doing all these actions, RBI has specifically mentioned that it is an effort to increase the transparency between lender and borrower, and also to avoid any kind of future disputes where the borrower will say, I have not understood or this was not well explained to me. Similarly, lender will not say that these are the charges which we have mentioned and now borrower is refusing. This KFS will increase the transparency between the borrower and lender and avoid future disputes. So all the lenders are advised that they should include KFS very well as per RBI guidelines in their loan agreement. Similarly, borrowers are also advised that they should go through the KFS very well before signing the loan agreement. Thank you very much.